Look at the top of the international cricket rankings, and you will find an untouchable elite. India currently commands the #1 spot with a massive 273 rating, a position they have held for over 4.5 years. Lower down the table, the rankings become far more volatile. For emerging nations, falling behind the mathematical curve leads to total erasure from the competitive ladder. To even exist on the International Cricket Council's ranking table, a team has to play a minimum of 8 official matches within a rolling 3 to 4 year window. If they fail to hit that quota, they vanish from the rankings entirely. This is the reality for the national teams of Nepal and Oman. They operate on the fringes of the sport's biggest stages, locked in a perpetual cycle of qualification rounds and regional tournaments. For these developing sporting nations, national pride takes a backseat to institutional survival. Every single match is a high-stakes mathematical transaction required to keep their programs alive. The value of a win or a loss in international 2020 cricket is rarely a flat rate. After every game, the ICC uses a specific mathematical formula to award points, based entirely on the ranking gap between the two teams before the first ball is even bowled. This sliding scale illustrates the point exchange for evenly matched opponents. When two teams play and their rankings are less than 40 points apart, the math is predictable. The winning team gains 50 points plus the opponent's rating, and the losing team drops exactly the same amount. It is a balanced, even exchange of value. When that gap is wider than 40 points, the rules heavily penalize the favorite. If the stronger team wins, they gain 10 points. If that stronger team loses, they forfeit a staggering 90 points to the underdog. The formula even extracts a toll for a stalemate. In a tie between mismatched opponents, the weaker team automatically absorbs 40 points from the stronger team's rating, gaining massive ground without securing a victory. The International Cricket Council designed this math to ensure that an emerging nation could climb the ranks quickly, with a few major upsets. Simultaneously, it ensures that anyone holding a top position is constantly fighting gravity. Because the sliding scale heavily rewards underdog victories, emerging teams are locked into a relentless hustle. They know that a single upset against a major opponent can alter their national program's trajectory overnight. We see this economy play out in real time. In October 2025, Nepal secured a 38-run victory over Oman during the Super 6 stage. That single performance mathematically locked in their spot for the 2026 T20 World Cup. But the algorithmic grind never stops. By May 2026, Nepal found themselves facing Oman again, this time in the one-day International League 2 cycle, desperately trying to recover from a crushing 102-run defeat to them just weeks prior. Nepal entered that rematch in a dire mathematical position. They sat 7th in an 18 table with only 16 points across 23 matches, facing the very real threat of losing their official one-day international playing status completely. To survive the cycle, they have to navigate a narrow path. They need to finish in the top 6 to retain their playing status, and they must reach the top 4 to earn direct entry into the World Cup qualifiers. Every dropped catch or missed run pushes them closer to the edge. This immense pressure eventually spills over the boundary ropes. For Nepal, the stress of the qualification cycle and string of poor performances caused home crowd turnouts at the Tribhuvan University cricket ground to plummet. In response, the Cricket Association of Nepal slashed ticket prices by 50%. With their ODI status at stake and points becoming harder to secure, they are attempting to buy back the home field advantage needed to survive. This pattern of grueling mathematical barriers isn't unique to the cricket pitch. The same gatekeeping mechanics appear in international football, specifically within the Oman national football team. Within their region, Oman is an undisputed powerhouse. They have fought their way to 2 Arabian Gulf Cup championships, proving their ability to dominate neighboring rivals and consistently produce high-level talent. Yet that local supremacy has never translated to global inclusion. Despite their regional hardware, Oman has never mathematically qualified for a FIFA World Cup. To break through that ceiling, developing football nations must survive an exhausting gauntlet. The Asian qualification process acts as a brutal gatekeeper, often requiring a team to endure an 18-match marathon over multiple years just to secure a ticket. An 18-match football gauntlet and the specific math of the ICC serve as the same kind of systemic gatekeeper. For these nations, the algorithm is a constant participant in every match, turning every point into a fight for institutional existence.